Okay, in this lesson we're going to talk about comments and posts. And you'll notice I'm back over at Ezine article. I've highlighted one of my articles here. And when you do that, you also get the Google ads. So just know that we'll have to clean those up a little bit. So I'm just going to copy this, and then I'm going to go paste it into a text document. Okay, so we're pasted in here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go knock out all the Google ads. And I also don't really need the title and all that stuff at the top, so I'm going to just take that out too. So now I basically have the body of my article here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this up into little chunks that make sense, that I could actually use for a post on a blog or a comment to something. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and format this and just rewrite some of these so you can see what I've done. And then I'll actually put this in a file for you as well, so you'll have it to see what it looks like. Okay, what I did here was I just took the first 4 paragraphs for the sake of having an example for you here. And I just took the first 4, I cut them up, I broke them apart, I kind of rewrote them a little bit, and I made sure that one of our keywords was prevalent in here. Like here I put in here, when it comes to hemorrhoid treatments. So hemorrhoid treatments is our keyword. So you're about to learn how to do anchor text links. And to have proper anchor text links, you've got to have your keywords in the text. Like here it is again, hemorrhoid treatment. Here it is, another variation, treatment for hemorrhoids. So you'll see that I've strategically put in there, here's another one, hemorrhoid cure. I've strategically placed these keywords within these little sentences here. So what these really are is these are ideal to pop in as comments and posts on blogs or forums. So we're going to do that next, but first you need to find out how to properly make these. And this is part of your content. You know, this week is mainly focused on generating content. So in the next steps, we can go out and we can create links and get incoming links for this good content. So next, I want to actually come down here and show you how to properly format an anchor text link. Just in case you don't know how to do links, I'm going to give you a link examples document here. And this covers the 3 standard links that are used out there, at least as far as text linking. So let's start with the first one. This is the standard link that everybody uses. It's not SEO'd. It's like a click here to order our natural hemorrhoid treatment guide for just $19.95. So in this instance, the click here is the link, and as we've explained in the past here, that's really not the way to do it, because when the search engines follow that and they spider that, they're expecting your site to be about click here. And if it's not, then it doesn't make a lot of sense to them. And if you get a lot of people that use click here to link to your site, you'll notice that the search engines, they'll get this overriding feeling that that's what your site is about, is click here. And if you run a Google search for the word click here, you'll see that the #1 site in the world on Google for the words click here is the Adobe Acrobat Reader site. The reason is more people out there have linked the words click here to download the Adobe Acrobat Reader, and they've linked them to that site than any other site in the world. So you'll notice too, if you look at the Adobe site, nowhere on the site does it say click here. There's absolutely 0 content for the words click here on that entire site. Yet it's ranked #1 out of over 1 billion competing pages for the words click here. So that right there is a very, very good clue and insight into a loophole that Google currently has. If you get enough sites linking to your site with anchor text link, then Google will believe it, and they'll think that that's what your site's about, and they will rank you over everyone else just because there's enough links coming to your site. Even if your site's not about that, and even if your site has zero content for whatever it is, if you get enough links with that word in the link, you'll win. So in our perspective here, this is not the way to do it. You don't want to rank for click here. I'm just showing you this as an example of this is how a link works. So right here, we've actually put the coding to make this happen. And the way that is, it starts off with an opening caret symbol, and then A. That's an A tag for alpha. And then you have a space, and then you have href. That's an href tag. And then next is you put href equals, and then inside of quotes, you put the domain name. So this is the full qualified URL to go to the page that you want to link this to. So go ahead and put that in there, in the quotes, in the caret tag symbol, and then directly following that you put the words that you want to be hot linked. And then after that you put the caret symbol and then end the A tag and then the closing caret symbol. So basically you're opening with an A and then you're ending with an A. So that's the complete tag for how a link works. And obviously you could change the click here to be anything you wanted, and that would change the text here that appears in the link. Now you could change the URL here, and that would change the address for where when you click the link you're going to land. You're going to wind up on that website. So that's how a basic link works. Next, we're going to take that basic link and we're going to expand upon that, and we're going to turn this into an SEO anchor text link. So it's the same exact formula. The only thing that we're doing different here is we're changing the click here for one of our main keywords, and in this case it's hemorrhoid treatment. So you'll notice hemorrhoid treatment is lit up here. That's the clickable text in the link, and that's known as anchor text. So this is an anchor text link. Now anchor text, it's very important that that is one of your keywords. Now when you put a link like this on another website, or they put a link like this linking to your website, what happens is the search engine spiders their site, it follows that link, and it casts a vote for your site. So this is how your site gets link popularity. And this is also how Google knows what your site is about. Because if everyone out there in the world says that your site's about hemorrhoid treatment or hemorrhoid treatments or any variation of your keywords, all of a sudden they start believing it. When Google believes it, that's when they start raising your search rankings. So at the end of the day, keep in mind, going back to the beginning, this is all based on an algorithm. It's a point system. So whoever has the most points at the end of the day wins. And this is a big part of their algorithm, is these anchor text links. So this is going to be of key importance to SEO. So I know up to this point we haven't really delved into that portion of it. We've just been creating content and we haven't really got down to the nitty-gritty yet. But all that stuff is really laying the groundwork. You have to have that first, and you have to have it right. So that's why I've stressed the importance, and we've really taken our time in getting all those pieces to our puzzle built before we try and assemble them. So hang in there. We're almost there. You know, I've just got to get you up to a certain level, and then we're going to make things happen. So we have one more example to look at, and this is basically the same thing. This is an SEO anchor text link, but the twist here is we've added a target into it. And what a target is simply an extra additional instruction that you're giving the link to do an additional action. And the action in this case is to open, when you click on the link and it goes to the website, it's going to open it in a new browser window. Now there's reasons to do this, especially on your own site. If you are linking to someone outside of your site, this would be a perfect reason to do this, because you don't want to completely lose the person off your site when you give them a link to go somewhere. you want them to be able to come back. And if you don't have this, chances are they might find that, or they might not find their way back to your site. They've left your site, they're gone, they're completely off. But if you do it with a target in a new browser window, what happens there is they're off in a new browser window, so when they close that, they're right back to your site. So your window is still open, it's just underneath. And basically, to do this, everything else is pretty much the same. It's just after we end the quote here, we add the word target equals and then put new inside of quotes. And then we end our caret tag. In the other example, right after the quotes here for our URL, we ended the caret tag. So rather than ending it there, we're separating out and we're adding this piece in. So that's really the only difference. And now when you click on this link, what will happen is it'll go ahead and it'll go to that website, but it'll go in a brand new window right on top of everything else. So that's really about it for the linking part. So now that you know how to do this, let's go back to our comments and posts, and we'll go ahead and we'll add these anchor text links in there. Now you'll notice here that I copied and pasted one of the links from the last document out of here, and we're just going to use that as a guide or a template, if you will. So first one up here is hemorrhoid treatments, and we're almost right on the money here. All I need to do is add an S in here, and we've got that pretty well ready to go. So I can copy that, and I can just highlight the hemorrhoid treatments up here and just go ahead and paste that right over the top of it. Now you'll see it kind of push things off the edge here a little bit for us, and I've got these cut down so you could see them on the screen. So let me just fix that for you. So this is basically it. This is how your post or your comment would look, and that's going to replace that out with that anchor text. So hemorrhoid treatments is going to become the hot link, the anchor text link. And I'll just go ahead and do that for the rest of these real quick. Okay, so you can see how I've done it here. I've got hemorrhoid cure for this one. I've got treatment hemorrhoid or treatment for hemorrhoids in this anchor text link. And in this one we've got hemorrhoid treatment, and then up here we've got hemorrhoid treatments. So we have 4 different variations for our keywords. Those are all really strong keywords to send those links to our site. So at this point, you know, we're pretty well set. So what I want you to do basically at this point is go ahead and do this for yours. Go ahead and take either your article or your press release, just pull some of the paragraphs out or the sentences, and just go ahead and do what I did here and just convert them. You might have to tweak them or change them a little bit to fit your keywords in where they need to be, and then go ahead and add your links in. And it's a good idea too to take these when you're done and paste these into your resource document, because that's where you've got all your information for this project at this point. So it makes sense to paste all this stuff in there and just have a running document of everything. So go ahead and do that, and in the next lesson we'll come back and I'll show you what to do with this stuff.